I moved out. I moved out. Yo, I moved out. So excited. Um, so I moved out. Let's see, it's been how many weeks now? This is my third week in this house, and everything just feels amazing. I'm happy. I'm so happy. I moved out, y'all. If you've known me from, say when I finished from 4, that was like way back, way back. My goal, I've always dreamed, not my goal, I've always dreamed of having my own place, a place I can just call my own. And it has taken a while because of some, some things and what. But right now, I can truly say I have a place that I can call mine. Niko na pahali naweza sema hapa ni pangu. Hapa ni pangu. I used to admire all. I used to admire when people say, Nenda kwangu. Like, love speaking, like, kesho nitalala the whole day. The freedom that comes with knowing that you have no one to tell you cannot do the things you want to do. Like, you can plan your day in a specific way. Wait. You can plan your day the way you want it. Like, unaweza fika kwa nyumba sema, sipike. Do you know how hard it is to do that in your parents' house? Ukijua wewe ndio unafaa kuona, because huwezi kusema ufike kwa nyumba sema, spiki. But right now, I am really excited because I can say I can actually do that. I can come home late. Okay, that was never a problem. I don't have to cook. If I don't want to cook, I don't have to cook. If you want to sleep the whole day, I can sleep. I can leave the Bruno Mars song. One of the Bruno Mars song where his girls say, I don't feel like doing anything. I can finally live in that song, you guys. Okay. So this journey of me finding this house was not just a walk in the backyard. I mean, I had difficulties here along the way. So I started looking for my house, or for a house, but for my house exactly. I started looking for my house in June, and I remember I wanted to look for my house, for a house in a certain area. Like, I wanted it to be near my workplace, because I didn't want to pay. It's quite happily fair. I wanted just to remove fear from my mind completely. So I went there to that specific area and I started looking. And let me tell you something. If you've not moved out, I know you've seen this little mini in TikTok say it's way cheaper to get along with your family than moving out. It's true. It is very true. Because nilipigwa na butwa when I went looking for these places because expensive. Well, it was near town, so I was like, hey, but nilipigwa na butwa la rent yo. I was not expecting that. Guess people don't actually tell you how expensive it can be, but it was really expensive, you guys. And the houses and the money were not at par. For me, were not at par because I had a lot, like a list of things I wanted. Like, I wanted my house to have sunshine, I wanted it to have water, and I wanted a few things. Only one house that I was like, where are you anywhere in a castle pool? Just one out of I don't know how many houses I saw. And there were a few other things like Magi, Nini. You hear whatever they're saying and you're like, what? Actually, and then you know how expensive it is. You're like, wow. Anyway, so I remember I was so bummed because I could not get a house that was one, like my expectations in a check. Two, the rent was high, but the rent was okay. You're not paying for fair and rent could you can balance it out. So I was still okay with the rent. But because of my expectations and what I wanted, I was like, hi. These houses are not what I wanted at all. I remember I was renting out to one of my friends and she goes, you just check in this area. The area she's telling me to check, go check. currently living in the area. But I was like, from the beginning, I remember I've been told, it has been mentioned a few times, like, so check this area, and I was like, Mimi sitaki kuishi huko. I don't want to live in that area. Guess what? I'm living in that area anyway. I was like, Mimi sitaki kuishi huko. No, 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 no. Because my expectations in the area that I wanted were crushed. I said, you know what? Let's just lower my expectations kidogo and check the area. So this random Sunday, I remember at 4, I left the house at 4. I came searching for a house. In the midst of searching, I found some cute houses, by the way. But there was this house, this particular house. To end up search, I was walking. Actually, I was walking alone. And then I met a girl. I met a woman. Sorry, not a girl. A woman. I met a woman at the gate. She was also looking for a house too. So I was like, "Can I join you to me nyumba pamoja?" She just called, said, "Oh, asked me to calls." And she was like, "Okay, we can do that." So we did that. Haya, tukaingia. Made the call, tukaingia pamoja. Hiyo nyumba I won't lie, it was so beautiful. Unaonanga nyumba unasemanga check, okay. Sunlight pia ilikuwanga X, but everything else was like check. But the price, bei, yo, ilikuwa expensive, but nyumba ni super, but place iko, hiyo nyumba ilikuwa so expensive for that. The thing is, whatever they were asking for rent, if you walk around this area, you'll find a bed sitter for that same amount of money. That's among the main reasons. Actually, that's the main reason singechukua hiyo nyumba, because Mimi, when I saw the sink, I think it also had a shelf, I'm not sure. It had the sink, you can imagine it had water. It had everything. But you can say that was just a bed sitter. I cannot say it's a bed sitter because it didn't have a toilet inside, but it was here you guys. Hiyo nyumba ilikuwa inakaa poa sana. Because of the price, we were like, hi, atumesema nini? But that house was very, very beautiful. And because she was also looking for a house, we were like, let's join hands, trying to catch up to nini? Nyumba. Came across this building. This building, we were like, let's just enter. Tuliingia. And then we started talking to the caretaker, and he was like, go up, just check hiyo nyumba. And I was like, okay. The first thing when I entered through that door, I saw was the sunlight door. This house has amazing sunlight coming through you. And that was one of the things I was looking for. So the moment I just saw that, I was like, this is my house. Akina kwambia kitu ingine, hakuna kitu ingine niliona kwa hii nyumba. I was like, this is my house. With that and spacious, because this place is spacious. I don't know if you can tell through the my camera, but this is, anyone who has entered this place na ni mgeni anasema, wow, it's spacious. I'm like, right, it's very spacious. And I'm so thankful, because that was also a prayer point in my prayers when I was looking for my house. And I remember I was like, from that day I was like, nyumbangu bado iko, nyumbangu iko pale bado. From then, hiyo siku nilianza kusema hii ni nyumbangu. And then of course I checked my other list, because there were some other things I wanted, and I was like, check. And I remember it was September. It was like 25th. Yes, it was 25th of September. I remember, and we were like, you know what? Tutagojea August ishe, because that was on August. September, we will come and pay, because we're going to start a new month. Personally, when it reached September, me nilipa rent. I've only seen this house that once. Sikuwa nimeona mara ya pili. So I paid it, let's say, on Thursday. I decided to come on Saturday after work and see, because my house, because nimelipia. I don't know if I had skills on the day I first came here, because wait, let's go back before. As I said, I have no idea how this area looked like before. Sikuwa najua, so she brought me back over. The woman who came with, she knew the area. Personally, I did not know. The second time that I came, you guys, I spent 30 minutes kupata hii nyumba. Napiga simu naelezewa napotea. Napiga simu naelezewa napotea because I had the caretakers number. Nilikuwa nimemwambia, that's when I actually said by the way mimi siwa huko, so mimi naweza potea, akanipea namba yake. So that time I was like, napiga simu ananiambia sio hivi. Baby girl, I live by directions, by the way. It's like directions are going this way and she was going this. Actually, that's what actually happened. No, seriously, that's what actually happened. And so on that day I came. Kuingia, I don't know if the first day it's because the list I had ilikuwa tuna check. But yo, what I saw in this house was not what I thought I had seen the first day. The first thing that I noted was I had no paints on my windows. I had no paints on my windows, and that door that you can see looking that amazing over there, it was all rusty. Ile nyumba ile. Ati nyumba ile mlango, that door was all rusty. And I remember I was like, where? The only thing they had done was painted the walls, and I was okay with that because the walls looks amazing. I remember I told my caretaker, by the way, so you're going to fix my windows and my door, apply some paint on it before I move in. And he was like, you know what, just text the madam, because the madam is the one who's in charge, and tell her. And I was like, okay. So I texted her and she was like, okay, we're gonna sort it on Monday because today's our weekend. And I was like, cool. There's no problem with that. So Monday I called the caretaker. Actually, no, on that Saturday, I met one of my neighbors. Actually, she just moved out, so I met my former neighbor and I asked her, yeah, hizi nyumba zinakwanga nzuri, but then sina windows. How long do you think they'll fix them? And she was like, maybe never. And I remember go what? And I remember she told me, meaning from 2020, when she entered her own house, she has been complaining to get her windows fixed. And since then, till when she left, because I actually checked, she has missing window panes, yo. This is a grown-ass woman. You cannot say that she went and broke all her windows. None of her windows, or let's say 3/4 of her windows are broken, yo. And I remember she told me that and I was like, ati umesema nini? Ati umesema nini? Ati sitawaifanya nini? And I remember the only thing that went through my mind was like, this was a big mistake. Like, what the hell have I done? Why was I in a hurry? Why was I rushing? So I went home and I remember I was really worried, and then I was like, you know what? We'll push it. I miss my Monday, we'll call Monday. So Monday evening, I call the caretaker and I'm like, yo dude, are my windows fixed? He's like, we talked to madam, she said on Wednesday. And I was like, what? Wednesday? I was like, okay, cool. Wednesday evening again, call the same caretaker, ask the same question. And the madam told him to tell me Nikki curtains. And I remember the things that went through my head was like, how do you put curtain? What does curtain do? Exactly. I know lazima niteka curtains, lakini unasema nini madam? I remember it took me a while to register because I was so shocked with that answer, and I was actually really pissed because of that. And I remember I took how many days? That was on Wednesday when she told me that. I didn't call, I just kept quiet. Nikangojea mpaka Saturday. Nikasema, nikampigia tena. Kaambia unajua nini? Tell madam anitumie pesa zangu, because if she's not gonna fix the windows, I'm not entering with that house. Tell her to refund my money immediately. And he was like, okay, haina shida, we're gonna do that. So he told me, because it was a Saturday, because they're never in the offices on Saturday, literally. The only way she can refund my money is on Monday. I was like, cool. So Monday she calls me and she's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, yo, you say they put curtains on a window that has no panes. And she's like, I have not reached the call, but let me send somebody. And my first thing was like, now because umeshaambiwa kitu. Not only that, my former neighbor alikuwa, even the caretaker himself, whenever I was making this call, like let's say on Thursday or Wednesday when she said Nikki curtains, aliniambianga those windows, if you nini, a lot of people wameingia with their windows not fixed, and they have been complaining since they entered, and they have not been fixed. And I was like, "Guy, who the hell is going back to the market? Who is going back to look for a house again?" She was like, "You know what? Acha nione, nita kusort." That's what the madam said. I was like, "Okay." So I called on Tuesday. So I called the caretaker on hiyo jioni, nakumbuka nilimpigia mwende akasema ametumana acha tu kama kesho utakuwa umefanyiwa. That was Monday, na ananiambia hivyo, kama kesho utakuwa umefanyiwa, I'll tell you, nimwambie tu akutumie pesa. Nikamwambia thank you, because the money was still, it was being counted by the way at all those days, bado nimekaa kwa nyumba. So sasa nikaendelea tu kungojea. On Wednesday morning, I get a call from the caretaker and he's like, "Madam, umechelewa sana sasa." I'm like, "Umechelewa kufanya nini?" "Come, your house has been fixed." And I was like, "Achanga jokes. Imefixiwa wapi? Mimi siamini, acha jokes. Let me see it." I'm like, "Send me a video because I'm at work. Send me a video niamini." Ananitumia video. And believe me not, I was only expecting my windows to be fixed. I was not even expecting that door to be painted, even though I had requested it, because alikuwa ameteta sana. Alikuwa amenifixia windows na akanipaintia door. And I remember I was so excited. Y'all, I don't know if you understand when you look at something and you're like, it's never gonna happen. Because me hata nilikuanga nimesema, you know what, akinitumia hiyo pesa, nenda that same week, your weekend, sitaka kwa nyumba, nenda kutafuta nyumba. I was like, I'm done. Hiyo story imeisha, what not. I was even trying to convince myself of everything bad I can find about this house, this building and house. I'm telling you, if you've ever felt so heartbroken, I was going through all the stages of grief. But who's God? God just showed up, guys. Mungu ni nani? So this is a reminder, don't ever lose hope, you guys. Usi lose hope, no matter what happens, usi lose hope. Because who knows? Because this house, I won't like, house was not supposed to happen, but in my eyes, ungeniuliza ngombe, si yangu, hata achana nayo. Even though I entered the first day and I was like, this is my house, I was like, go bear with it, but who's God? And I'm now in my house. Usiku. Imagine saying, hiyo ni disgusting sana.